to have molested hundreds of kids. He says that he's killed some. They've never been able to prove any of that.
Boy, a troubling story in Phoenix right now at 5. A notorious child molester from California who calls himself Mr. Rape, Torture, Kill is under arrest tonight in Phoenix.
His real name is Kerry Smith. He has repeatedly admitted to fantasizing about abusing and killing young boys. After more than 20 years in custody in California, he was released and has now moved here to the Valley. And police say they just caught him taunting his victim's family. Amy Cutler talked with the victim's mother. She's live outside the Maricopa County Jail tonight with the mother's message to the community. Amy?
Yeah, Jared, that mother is having some relief tonight. She says that she is glad that Smith is behind bars because he poses a real threat to the community, she says, and that is where he belongs.
He's no joke.
Lynn Reiner knows firsthand it was her then 7-year-old son who Kerry Smith stalked, writing in a letter the sex acts he wanted to perform on the child. He calls himself Mr. Rape, Torture, Kill, or RTK.
It's frustrating that he's never been criminally convicted of anything, and he more than deserves it.
Smith spent 21 years in a California state psychiatric facility. When he'd come up for release, he reportedly told the board he would hurt children if he got out. Then in 2020, with the pandemic, there were no hearings. Smith was released. Following community outrage, he moved here to Phoenix. Reiner tells me last week he started messaging her on Facebook.
The worst one was that he said Mr. RTK is back.
Reiner alerted authorities. Smith was arrested Wednesday, and his roommate, Evan Anonia, was there for him.
All I know is that he was on the registered sex offender list. I don't know anything about how he got there or what he did.
So it sounds like you didn't have any concerns living with him.
No. Kerry was a nice guy. He was great. He was very open.
Court documents show Smith admitted to all of it, saying he was mad at the victim's mother and he wanted her to think he was back in California and scare her.
It is really nice to finally have hopefully some criminal charges that will stick for him.
Smith is now being charged for 2 sex offender felonies after failing to register his email and Facebook account. This has been quite the ordeal for Reiner and her family. She tells me she was at every appearance and just wanted him to be held accountable. She tells me that investigators kept her updated on his exact location, and she was glad that they acted quickly. As for Smith, he is due back in court later this month. Live in Phoenix, Amy Cutler, Arizona's Family.